Hello. So I'm going to be talking about another piece of this is an analog piece, but I've scanned it in because I've been scanning a lot of pieces in for my the book I've got coming up. And and one of the things I found out is actually I've actually created a hell of a lot of artwork in 2004 for some reason, and a lot of artwork that I really liked in 2004, I should say. And this is one of them. And you can see down here, I'll first bring your attention to here, this line that's come down here, and I haven't airbrushed it out. This is from where I came across, Tashin had put out some books, some small books, kind of like half the size of a print page of printer paper. So in here in the UK we call it A4. I don't know what it's called around the world. It's roughly around that size. And so there is a line here where they'd come across two pages. So I'd cut them out as gently as I could. I think I did a fairly reasonable job of it. I could airbrush bits like this out, but I'm not sure. Um, don't know whether I should just preserve the integrity of the original piece. This is something that could be answered in the comments, really, if people's interested. Now, this is a piece called Botched Reality number 23, and this was the only title I could come up with. I thought I'd come up with something just weird, and just as weird as the actual piece. So that's why you have it strange bits like you've got a I think it's called the Pieta, a drawing of that coming in, not just in the window, but coming up through the window with the eyes blacked out, like how they used to do in tabloid newspapers for crooks and people they wanted to consider either unpersonish as bad, or people they wanted their identity wanted to preserve. I can't remember the reason for the blacked out eyes, but it got kind of adopted by the punk movement. This is why I use it, and it just has that kind of a feel and effect to it. And then you have the sea creature, and I can't remember what it is. I got from a kids' encyclopedia in there on the table, maybe served for dinner or as part of everything. And through this window, you have a little diagram of basically how in a correct heliocentric solar system that the how light and shading works. And we've got the skull on the table as part of the dinner, and this statue askew on the floor. And the most interesting, from some of my interesting part, and there's something I drew, is this. It's kind of like a clown hood, but these eyes, they're more reminiscent of when I used to read in a comic when I was younger called 2000 AD, and there was a strip in there called Nemesis the Warlock, and the villain in it was like a descendant of the Spanish Inquisitor called Torquemada de Tomas, and there were these anti-alien groups. So their hats were designed but modelled on clan hoods, but the eyes were these. If I remember correctly, I could have been remembering it wrong, but that's what the eyes look like. So it's got this kind of 2000 AD-ish type drawing, which I always loved their artwork, their drawing style way more than any of the other ones like the Marvels or the DCs. I always prefer it like that because even before I was really new, consciously into punk, I just liked that aesthetic from when I was like 8 years old. I remember that. So, but it's supposed to be reminiscent of clanhood, but the unreality part of it is you've got a clansman serving you stuff, but if you see it, the guy's black. So that was a definite unreality to be had there. Now the size of this piece, it's supposed to be around A4-ish. I like these pieces that I did with these Taschen books, and I collected as many of them as I could. And I've got a lot still in the attic and in the But in some of my sort of boxes which I'm looking at right now, you can't see I'm actually tilting my head to look at them. To look at my boxes, which obviously something like I said, something you can't see. But and if I see more of them, I will, and for a reasonable price. I mean, nowadays I did see one of them at one point in a charity shop for like about £7. I'm not paying that much for it. Um, so if I can find them for a reasonable price, I will snatch them up, because even though these kind of illustrations are more Winston Smithish style, and I don't really go too much like that. Still, there is still something to be said for this old retro look, and people do like this. Specifically, go for and enjoy these collages of images based from this era, and this is why you have reprints of these adverts, because there is certainly an interest in them. And so this is just and this is a case of just basically where the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. And here's a case of me messing things up, which is always a pleasure to do. So there's none of this, absolutely nothing in this piece is designed to mean anything. It is created just for the joy of the weirdness. And I've done many pieces like that, and this is one of the ones where this worked out better than any way I could have imagined it to. So let me know what you think, and if I should airbrush it out, because this is one where it would be relatively easy to do. I mean, the point where I'd have to do the most work is the guy's face here. That's the only reason why I could possibly have an argument for it, because so it doesn't look too weird there. But let me know what you think, whether I should do this, whether you like this piece, and like, share, and subscribe. My description has my merch links in, which is from my link tree, and also you will find a link to my Patreon, and I shall speak to you soon. Thank you.